Good morning, friends and fam. Good morning, Houston, Texas, USA, worldwide, nationwide, going live on YouTube. Once again, before I do my later morning warm up, I just returned from a doctor's follow up visit. I'm doing great. I wanted to continue giving our top 10 favorites. So I wanted to go ahead and extend more recognition to other drummers in our drumming community and music community, and of course, the music business. It's always important to think about a variety of artists that can possibly influence you when you go forward with your writing. A lot of times I would get influenced by visuals because I've already heard it and I have to see what these folks look like. Okay. Uh, so, what I like to do is hear a song, imagine what the heck was going on. Because when I was younger, you didn't always get to see your stars. You didn't get to go on to Facebook Live. And I was like, man, how do they do that? One of the greatest drummers I've ever seen live, first of hearing him, then seeing him live, and then watch him evolve over the years, would be Frank Beard of ZZ Top. Man, over the years, I've seen him go from little three-piece kits, build them into double bass kits, all the way up into the grand rack size kits built up like customized hot rods. And it wasn't as much as the visuals as the songs and his notable ways he shuffles through them. It doesn't matter what they're playing. Song starts out by ZZ Top. It's always going to have a cool riff or an intro drum beat before they start out. And they've created that sound through the great people at Sony that used to help them with their sounds, with their processors and all that. They gave them that signature sound. And then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, I got to go see him live. And you go to see him live, and it's just massive drum set on stage with this mysterious dude wearing glasses, almost looks like a robot, almost like a inhuman hippie being on a drum set. So he has this tenacity and this way of playing the kit with such finesse, yet so much accuracy that no matter what the tempo is, or how the songs change, it's like, that is definitely Frank Beard. You could just tell by the way his stuff sounds, the way he plays. I bet no one can actually fill in for him and sound like that. I bet every time they've ever sat in with anyone, it's like, man, where's Frank at? Get him back up in this mug. Anyway, he's bad. He's a bad one. I really like Frank. Secondly, I like to go in, of course, compliment a woman, SheliaE. Another one of those I respect. She's one of those that talks about being able to see from outside yourself when you're playing, being able to play blindfolded, being able to utilize your space, being able to take a setup and cram it into a corner or in the front of a huge stage and meticulously work that area. So if you only have 5 feet area, she could work that space, twist and turning and jumping like in the time or anything like that. What was really cool about SheliaE and her development as a percussionist is seeing her come forward and not only be a leading percussionist and a songwriter, but also a very well-known entertainer and performer that's always desired by other people on her record labels. So she stays busy all the time. You can go watch her right now on DW, or you can go to Modern Drummer and see her recent interviews. I recommend you do go listen to her music. But mainly what I thought about was cool is she's not only a percussionist playing the, stand-up percussion. She can get down and sit down and play a mean double bass kit, and also self-motivator. She knows how to continue working without someone having to tell her what to do. She gets up there and she's all about the drums, all about the percussion, all about the song, the material, and the performance. And age doesn't keep her from going forward. She's not even old enough to retire yet. So what's cool about all that is when you have these folks such as Frank Beard and SheliaE, those are two people that have always made me think, man, if I ever needed a percussionist and a drummer, who would I want to pay? Frank Beard and SheliaE. So what I'm going to try to do is combine a drum solo that sort of complements both. And what I liked about SheliaE is she had that accuracy to jump around, spin around, choke cymbals, the Tommy Lee female, whatever. But Frank was able to be so calm and casual. They're totally opposite type personalities on the kit. One of them has a very extreme large setup and very just subtle. The other one has a very small setup, but very aggressive. So you combine like a big stick of dynamite with a little firecracker, and you get a nice booming, cracking explosion of percussion and sound and textures. That's what I always thought was cool about percussion. And if you think about it, it was ZZ Top because they always had sort of a Latin feel or crunchy sound to it. So what would be more cool or even cooler than seeing those two solo together? That would be a cool combination. Hey, Frank, you and SheliaE get together and write a record. Let me come croon over it. All right, let me go ahead and get started on that complimentary jam. What I'm going to try to do is start out with some sticks that are the Tito Fuente sticks that are the timbale sticks, and then I'm going to move into just some rock sticks. So bear with me for a moment as I tribute this solo out. I've had this in mind for a couple of days, and sometimes to execute something, you have to think about it. So a lot of times when you're playing, you just need a cowbell and you need a Tito Fuente stick. And these are nice tapered sticks. They're great for cowbells, and they're great for just doing timbales. Anyway, that was about tribute. Trying to imagine if I had to split myself in half and try to pretend that I was living outside of myself and I wanted to have Frank Beard and SheliaE playing a beat in my mind, it would go something like that. So that was dedicated to Frank Beard and ZZ Top, and of course SheliaE. I hope everyone has a magnificent, not so mundane Monday. Rock on, metal up, drum on. Support your local artists. Also, buy your downloads from your published artist, streaming artist, and always remember, take care of yourself, wake up early, rest well, and stay clean and happy. Rock on.